Hi guys, this is Erika, Create Your Future, and today I wanted to talk about the importance of persistence. I have an example that hopefully helps you, but before we start, I just wanted to remind you that we are running a contest. We are giving away some free coaching sessions. All the details are in the description box below. Also, if you want to get notified about when I have a sale or when I release a new workshop or a course, you can also join our mailing list. All the details are in the description down below as well. I do have a track of affirmations to manifest commitment. They are very powerful. I've used them. I had a lot of people around me use them, and even some clients, and they work. And what else? And I have a course, How to Manifest any specific person, and another one called How to Revise a Breakup and Manifest Your ex back, if you're interested. So, okay, let's start with the video. So I wanted to share this story because I think it's a perfect example of how persisting in what you want, it is important. And also kind of like we don't take a plan B, right? Like if you really want something or someone, you don't have to accept the option, right? If you want, for example, you want this specific person, you know you want the person. You don't want someone else. You want this person, right? So I've talked about this before. The fact that you have the desire of something or someone, it just means that it's already done. It's already created. Creation is finished. It's just a notification, ding, 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 from your higher self that knows it all, right? That it's already done and you're supposed to experience it. Because I always ask my clients, like, okay, you want your specific person, right? They're like, yeah, well, that means that you're meant to be with them. You don't want your neighbor, or you don't want the mailman. Well, maybe some of you do, right? But do you see the example? Is like when you want something or someone, is because you're meant to have it. It's already created. It's just a notification from your higher self that it's done. So, okay, so going back to that, we do not take a plan B. When we want something, we persist in a version of me, right, that already has it. A version of me, for example, with a specific person, a version of me that is loved by this person, that is chosen by this person, that is committed in a committed relationship with this person, that always gets what she wants. Not a version that is rejected or not being pursued or not being loved or not being respected or not being valued, right? So I persist in the version of me that already has it, that is with this person. I only focus on a version of my person that is choosing me, loving me, committing to me, being loyal to me, being all of that to me, right? He's that, or he or she is that perfect partner that I want to experience, that I deserve to experience. I want Jerry. I don't want Joey. I want Jerry, right? So, and I wanted to share this story. This is my daughter. I think I've talked about this before, but she's a teenager and she really wanted to get a car. So she was always like, Mom, I want a car, but I don't know how it's going to happen. Like, can you get it for me? Or like, I don't think my dad is going to buy it for me. I'm like, you need to just say, I already have the car. I love my car. I love driving my car. And she will tell me again, but like, can you just buy it for me? I'm like, you're minimizing, right? How like it's going to come to you. You never know. All you have to do is be that person that already has the car, right? And you don't know if it's going to come from me, if it's going to come from your dad, if it's going to come from your grandparents, if like, you don't know, right? Maybe like somehow you win it in a contest, you don't know, right? So I kept telling her, just persist. And her father was always telling her, like, no, like, I don't have the money, right? Anyways, long story short, her father ended up buying her a car. And she was so happy. She was so excited, right? But guess what? It was a car that, a shift car. So in the beginning, she was excited because she had a car, but then realistically, like, she was so nervous of driving this car. She was always worried that the car was gonna stall, and like if there was traffic, she didn't want to drive it, or like if there was traffic, or if it was on an uphill, and I live in a place where it's uphill to get out of the area. So it was always an issue. She didn't like it. She didn't feel comfortable. She didn't feel safe. And then I was like, oh my God, like, I don't want you to go out there driving and you don't feel safe, right? So anyways, like, she didn't want to drive it. And she was always asking to drive my car or her father's car. So she was like, Mom, I don't like it. I want a new car. Can you just buy me a new car? I'm like, okay, keep persisting. Like, I want the car that I love driving, that gives me the freedom, right? Like, have that conversation in your mind of, I love this car. I love the freedom that I get from driving my car, right? Persist in that. If this is not the car you want, persist. And I love my car. I love my vehicle. I love driving it. I feel so safe driving it. I feel so confident driving the car. So she persisted. Thank God she's like me. She's stubborn. And so she went on vacations to visit her cousins. And when she came back, her father picked her up from the airport in her new car. But she was like, what? Like, oh, of course, like, she's the happiest, right? So her father had already told her, because when she was complaining about the car to her father, he's like, I'm not going to buy you another one. I don't have the money. You just have to deal with it. If you want another car, like, just, you're going to have to work. And then maybe, you know, change it. All you have to do is keep practicing in the car. Keep practicing the driving. You just have to do it. And she was like, no, Dad. Anyways, and she will come to me, and I was like, no, you persist. So her father had already told her no. So going back to the story, her father picked her up from the airport in her new car, and it's an automatic car. She loves it. She loves the color. She feels so safe in it. It's even newer than the other one. See, she manifested it because she listened to me. She persisted in telling herself that she loved her car. This is like a miracle, right? And then this is what Neville used to say. If you just have to assume what you want, right? Assume in the state of already having it. You persist until it hardens into facts. And if one person, I think he said 1,000 people or a million people have to move for you to get your manifestation, they will move. So going back to my daughter's story, what happened was her father's uncle's car broke down. So my daughter's grandpa was like, oh, well, his car broke. How about, like, I buy the car from you, right? My daughter's car. I buy the car from you. I'll give you the money and you can just buy another car. And in fact, the grandpa was already looking for cars, and he's like, I found a really nice car with really low mileage. It's a really safe car. And so you can just buy that one with the money from her car. And her father was like, yeah, but it's more money than what I wanted to spend, that I already spent on the older car. Short story, he bought the car for her. But you see how people had to move for her to get her desire? Someone else's car broke, then grandpa had the brilliant idea of, I'll buy the car from you, get her another one. And in fact, here's a car that I found for her while I was looking through. Poof, manifestation when she persisted. So I want you guys to do the same thing. When you want something, a specific person, or it doesn't matter if the specific person is showing you that they're not interested, or if they have someone else, or if there's a third party involved, it doesn't matter. You persistent, and I'm already with this person. This person wants me and only me. And you don't stop. You don't have a plan B. Of course, you can always change your mind and say, you know what, actually, I want someone else. It's okay. Because it's your reality, right? You have that free will to choose what you want. But when you really want someone or something, you persist. Or if it's a job. If you want a job, but there's not an opening for that job, you don't care. You persist because the fact that you have the desire of the job, it means that you're supposed to have it. I have a video here, and I've talked about it several times, about my story with a job that was not even in existence, but I just persisted, and I'm gonna work there. And it happened. People had to move for me to get my manifestation. So same thing with money, or the body of your dreams, or whatever it is, or a house, right? Whatever it is you want, you persist. Because the fact that you have the desire, it means that it's already yours. So that's what I wanted to share with you guys. I hope it helps you and you can have it all. Okay, I was watching TV the other day, and I think I've heard like the world is your catalog. I think this commercial was about the world is your cart. Anyways, there's a lady that's like in her phone, like ordering this, ding, ding, and things just appear in her living room. It's the same thing with us, right? What is it that I want? I want this, poof. I want that, poof. I want that, poof. Because your mind is powerful. Your thoughts are powerful. And when you want it, it's because it's already yours. It's already done. It's already created. So I hope this video helped you guys. If you need help with your specific situation, I would love to help you. The link is provided in the description down below. Thank you so much for watching, you guys. Love you. Bye.